Hey guys, so believe it or not, it's Wednesday right now, and I'm surprised to see that I'm just now getting started on recording some of these, but it's Monday and Tuesday were kind of crazy days and didn't do as much as I expected, but at the same time I did get some work done, let's just say in areas I didn't really expect to be working on, but Monday was a pretty good day overall because I got that video uploaded on the Jetix channel, as you guys may know. And it turned out really good overall because after I uploaded it, the first two people to watch it also liked the video, and those same two people also signed the petition that I had in the description for that video. And one of them at least started following me on Twitter, and I think the second one maybe started following me, but just a little bit later, after a while. And, that was really great, so I must say I absolutely just not only love that channel, but just the community that I've created and just the awesome people that are in it, and just, it's really great overall. And what happened was that Monday and Tuesday, even though I didn't really do any videos, what happened was that, I ended up working on some things I didn't expect to work on, and one of those ended up being the outro. There's been something I've been trying to slightly change and make improvements on as far as the outro goes. It was a really bad nightmare, and, I ended up having to go the long route, and, I finally got the outro the way I wanted to. I just wanted to make some small changes, not really big ones, but it was just really hard to apply those changes. But I got the results I wanted, and I'm happy overall. The other thing I was going to say that what I've been really working on, at least, today, and a little bit yesterday, too, is that I've been working on live streaming. Now, what I've been wanting to do is, start making videos on the gameplay/let's play channel, and I'm wanting to do commentaries and, talk about things related to gaming, and go really in depth, and be, I guess you could say a little bit more open and a little bit more emotional than I am on the main channel. And sorry if the camera's like super close to my face. In order for me to be able to do that, I'm gonna have to be careful with my time just because I need to still be able to focus on my videos on all the other channels. And the problem is I don't get to play video games as much as I wish, I really don't. Sometimes I just don't have the time, or it's just, the wrong game at the wrong time, or maybe I just don't have very many, games to play with my friends, or maybe there are games that I'm already, like, maximum rank and there's nothing else to unlock, or if it's a story game, I feel like I'm gonna end up spending, like, days and days on it, because once I get into it, I'm gonna play it non-stop usually. Oh yeah, but what I was gonna say was that what I'm wanting to do is that if I'm going to have very little time to play video games anyways, I might as well live stream it. And I've seen a couple of people do this that have YouTube channels, they do commentaries with gameplay and stuff like that, and, they'll do live streaming, and sometimes they'll use the gameplay that was in their live stream, which makes sense, especially, more useful for your time. But the problem is that usually there's going to be a webcam in the corner with their face on it. And some people, when they say a commentary about something, they don't like seeing that, unless you're actually talking or something like that. But that is not the case. And, it's really hard to be able to do that without cutting off your face or cutting too much off the screen. Of course, you can zoom in, but it'll make the quality go lower and, it'll just cut off too much. So that's a really big problem. The other problem is audio, because if you're going to be talking to people on TeamSpeak, Google Hangouts, Raid Call, and other things, it may hear that, but most people aren't going to have game sound on. But, I finally figured out how I'm going to be able to do the live stream without having the webcam covering up the gameplay, let's just say. So then that way I can get good quality gameplay, I can put it in a video later or use it in a video later, and not have my, face, in the webcam in the corner covering up the gameplay. There's a lot of things I could do. So then this way it'll just fit my time better, and I'll be able to do everything correctly. I started working on, let's just say, the description and my profile page and that kind of stuff, and just the background and the way I'm going to have things organized and just all that stuff, which ended up being very time consuming, especially for how many layers of stuff I had. And let's just say one thing got in the way of something else, and it just ended up becoming a very big mess. And there was just a lot of things I had to do, and also had to, make sure I had things set up for in case I record something on the console. And, ended up being something that was very time-consuming, but, once I have it set up, I'll be able to do gameplay with no problem. It'll fit my time more better. I know I've already said this. It'll be great overall, because I want to get into live streaming, and if I'm going to be playing video games not that much, then I might as well, live stream while I can. And, just getting everything set up correctly. I got my microphone set up really right, and my dog's going to be on the bed. It's aiming up a little bit, but it definitely picks up my voice very well, and, I'm going to have my microphone aimed up that way when I'm recording regular videos like I did today on the vlogging channel. And, things are turning out pretty good, but, I'm going to go back to doing videos, more often tomorrow. I'm going to record a whole bunch of them, 2 for the anime channel, 1 for the gaming channel, at least try to, and, do something for the vlogging channel at least a little bit later. And, yeah, so I'm going to stop rambling on, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so right now it's Friday and it's like 9 in the morning simply because I stayed up too much. I'm probably gonna go to sleep right after this because, yeah. I ended up staying up a lot, even though there was a lot of work I wanted to get done last night. I didn't really get much done. It started out as something simple. I went over onto Hitbox and watched a live stream that my friend was doing, and then, I saw he was on TeamSpeak with a few other people having a conversation and chatting with everybody. So I joined in on Hitbox, and a couple of my friends were in there, and there was a couple of people that I, didn't meet, until a little bit later. But when we were in there, we were starting with, a simple conversation at first, and then after a few people left, then let's just say hours later, when it was like super freaking late, we ended up staying up until like 5 in the morning, somewhere around there. Like 4 or 5 in the morning, at least where I am. We just, oh my gosh, we ended up having a blast. We ended up having a lot of fun. It certainly didn't help that my friend that was live streaming was freaking drunk. But we ended up just talking about like the most strangest things, and we were just all over the place. We couldn't just hold a simple conversation. We couldn't stay on track. We couldn't stay on a subject without moving from one thing to another. And by the way, my neighbor's welding something, so if you hear that noise, sorry. But we just couldn't stay on one thing. We were just getting all over the place, and we just kept on rapidly changing the subject. And then, there was a female that joined, and then there was a second female that joined. That made things interesting, and my friend was just, at least one of them was being weird when he was drunk, and, just everyone was chatting and having fun, and there was a couple of people in there that were just, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. But I ended up having fun, and right towards the end, when one of my friends, the one that was actually live streaming, he, right before he actually was going to go to bed, he was planning to go to bed, but let's just say we ended up, distracting him enough to the point that he ended up staying an extra hour, after he was planning to actually go to bed. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to bed, and then it's like an hour later, oh, I'm actually going to go to bed this time. And just, it was a lot of fun overall. I mean, just, when you're hanging out with your friends, time goes by very quickly, and sometimes it just gets so crazy, especially when you have so many people in the same room. I can't really say much else, but one other thing I was going to note is that, on Dailymotion, I finally got my main channel on Dailymotion, Gamers with Reason. I finally got that one certified for an official member, so I could finally get my videos all monetized, but the term they use is Motion Maker certified, and I got all of them certified. So, I mean, they're going to be instantly certified. I don't have to go through a reviewing process, and I was able to at least get one video recorded. I'm going to try to do the banner today if I can. If not, then maybe, if I possibly can, do the outro, so then when I wake up and I edit the video and upload it, I could also do it with the outro as well, possibly. And if not, then I'll just work on the banner, finish that, and then try to get the outro done before next week, because, next week's episode of the Q&A videos that I'm doing, and, just get it done before then, and then everything should be fine. And, yeah, I mean, it's towards the very end of the week, and, God, time goes by quick, but, as long as I'm not being too lazy, as long as I'm having fun, that's all that really matters. Hello, everyone. So right now it's about 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's been a pretty good day so far. I'm still surprised I'm still awake because I haven't even slept yet. I took a nap for 2 to 4 hours. I don't even remember, honestly, earlier, and I didn't get the video uploaded on the anime channel until this morning because it was taking forever to upload on YouTube. It was being so slow for whatever reason, and it failed the first time. It said user canceled it or something like that, and it's like, no, I didn't cancel it. I was asleep for 2 to 4 hours. And it just, I don't know why YouTube was having problems, and also had a couple of other problems as well, and it's just, there's always some problem on YouTube, but because of that, and because it was taking so long just to upload it to begin with, I didn't get uploaded until this morning. And, I've been working on the banner for the anime channel, and, I'm not really good with graphics design. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I'm really terrible at that stuff. If I actually have the materials, or at least some material to work with, I can do a really, really good job. But as far as creating the textures and background and that kind of stuff, I'm really, really terrible with that. Anyways, so I've got most of it done, and I'm just going to have to try to find something for the background. And I have at least 2 or 3 ideas of what I'm going to be using for the background. And there's a couple of things I'm going to layer and slap on top of the picture, at least, you know, the way the banner is right now, to make it a little bit better and just spice it up a little bit. And I really wish I could put a logo or something really cool on it that says, you know, this is my banner for my channel or something like that. But because of the simple fact that I haven't came up with a channel name, it really does suck. And I just still wish for the life of me I could come up with a channel name. But after creating so many channel names, you know, and I'm sure there's at least like 3, maybe 4 or 5 channel names that you guys don't even know about, it's really hard to come up with a good channel name. And because of that, I won't be able to upload on Dailymotion, which I've been really anxious about. I've been really wanting to upload on Dailymotion, but I can't. But on the good side, on the anime channel, the video I uploaded this morning, which was a Cardfight Vanguard review, which the reason I did that video was because there was one other video I was wanting to do that had to do with it. And I was figuring, okay, if I'm going to do this video, then I might as well do this video at least. You know what I mean? To link them together. And I might be doing a 3rd video as well. You know, I have a good idea of like what I'm going to be using for the question of the next Q&A episode in the upcoming week. You know, because I do a weekly video like that. The one great thing I'm really happy to see that is, you know, one of the things a lot of people have been asking me to do on my anime channel is to put pictures in it. Now, it's one of those things I get sick of and I see too much of, and I can kind of see why people like it, but it's not my thing. But people have been really asking for it, and I'm in a position where it's like I'll do anything to make the videos turn out better or improve the quality or make them more interesting. You know, I'm going to do whatever I can to improve. And as a result of that, I'm going to be putting pictures in my videos, but to avoid putting copywritten content in there, I'm going to be putting fan-made pictures. Now, in order to do that, I have to at least give them credit and have their permission. You know, and, you know, I finally got in contact with someone that I used a bunch of pictures from in that video for Cardfight Vanguard. And, you know, I used his pictures and I got his permission and he's willing to collaborate with me. And, you know, if I have any requests for anything specific that I want him to create, then, you know, he'll go ahead and do it. And that's really awesome. And I'll give him credit. And I'm not going to be one of those douches that likes to, you know, put the link to those pictures or give them credit but put it in the description like way at the bottom. Like sometimes people like press enter 100 times and have it way down there and I'm like, why do you do that? And I really wish I could put annotations on the actual pictures and link it to his picture, but all I can do is put them in the description. You know, this way I can, you know, help give him exposure and it'll really help me overall. And I'm just really happy, and the fact he was willing to collaborate with me is really nice. So this is really great for that channel, and I'm happy to see that going, and hopefully I can get more people to collaborate with. And yeah, so once I finish the banner, I'm going to try to finish the outro so that I can have the outro ready by the upcoming week's Q&A episode, which is going to be a Q&A that has to do with the Cardfight Vanguard video that I did. So that's going to be really fun. And yeah, so I'm going to stop babbling on now. So I'm going to try to finish the outro, or at least get started on it tonight, and if I could get us finished before then I'll let you guys know. Hey everyone, so right now it's 5:15 in the afternoon, kind of getting close to 5:20 honestly, and it feels like morning just because I woke up not very long ago, and the first thing I ended up doing was making some coffee, because it was one of those days where I just kept on waking up, then going back to sleep for a couple of hours, and then waking back up again, and the only way for me to be able to stay up was to have some coffee, even though it still has a very terrible aftertaste most of the time. While I was waiting for the coffee to be made, I went ahead and actually did the dishes. I finished most of it, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do a second load later, but you know, at least I got most of the dishes done right now. And I'm probably about to go ahead and take a shower here in a little bit, but before I actually started with my day, I wanted to go ahead and, I guess you could say, tell you guys what happened yesterday. Now, yesterday was kind of a very slow day at first, but then towards later in the day, I ended up going out to eat with my sister. But anyways, we ended up going to Chili's, and they have really good food and everything. And we ended up going very late simply because my stomach was feeling absolutely terrible yesterday. So I had to make sure to at least wait until my stomach settled in. And I ended up going, and I ended up getting something just plain and simple, you know, just a big thing of fries with just cheese on top. Simple as that. Just because I didn't want to take a chance on my stomach end up doing absolutely terrible again and just feeling bad, and I didn't want it to start feeling sick again, because nobody likes that feeling. But I mean, that's most of what happened. But then when I got home, my friends were waiting for me because I was talking to them like right before we left, when I was actually waiting for my stomach to start feeling better. And we ended up playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! At first. We dueled a couple of times. Of course I lost. It was my first time using that deck, and I need to change up the deck. I changed up most of it, but there's still a couple of cards I'm going to have to add to it. I need to find some powerful monsters or something, because my friend tends to get powerful monsters on the field pretty easily thanks to special summoning. And I'm only saying this because you're watching this, man. I'm just teasing. I'm just giving you a hard time. But, I mean, everyone has their strengths and different ways of playing, you know what I mean? But other than that, after that, we just ended up playing some video games. And that's actually how the night ended, so not too much happened yesterday, and, you know, it was an okay day. I feel bad because a couple of my friends tried to contact me on Steam and Raid Call. I don't know why they were both trying to contact me, but I guess they were probably doing a live stream with somebody, and they wanted me to join in on something. I don't know. You know, they just kept on saying, like, hey, man, are you there? And I felt really bad because I was talking with my other friends, and just, I feel bad. But I have to talk to them later, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump in the shower and get started with the day. So, see you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, so right now it's actually Monday at, 11:30 in the morning, not afternoon. But, I really need to get out of the habit of actually recording these videos and ending these weekend vlogs on Monday because, well, it's a weekend vlog, so I need to try to aim for Sunday. But I guess you could say Sunday's just really become my day where I stay up a lot, and I end up trying to finish a lot of things before the week officially starts, and because of that, I don't end up finishing these until Monday morning. So, if I can't really do anything about it, then, I guess I'll just have to deal with it, But, Sunday was a pretty good day overall because I ended up getting a lot done, actually a bit more than expected. I finished the banner, which I thought I was finished with it on Saturday, but I ended up going back to it, and I ended up making some improvements, putting some text for some of the types of content that's on the channel, and changing the background, make things look a little bit better, and, I'm really happy with that overall. And I started working on the outro, and things ended up turning out pretty good. The background was the hardest part, honestly, to find a background that's not copyrighted, because when it comes to, anime channels in particular, it's really hard to find a background that fits an anime channel, and, when it comes to copyrighted content, that kind of stuff, on YouTube, out of all areas of YouTube, whether it's gaming channels, tech channels, lifestyle channels, any of that stuff, anime channels I feel like are the ones that have to deal with the most copyright issues. One of the reasons being that sometimes people do things in such a risky way, and just the way some people do their videos, they end up getting into trouble because of that. Sometimes because the fact that a lot of the stuff that, they do videos about have to do with, things relating to Japanese companies, or any type of Asian company, and because the way they do things and just how strict they are, and, they just, I don't know why, but they just love to take down videos. Even if someone's within their full legal rights to make that video, they will take it down, and YouTube just makes it easier for them. So that's why I always like to do things, very slow-paced, and just make sure to do everything carefully and make sure everything's completely fine so they don't have to worry about any of those issues. Anyways, other than that, the audio for the background, for the outro, ended up actually, not being too hard to really figure out. It was between 3 different songs. They all had a couple of different parts that were good. Some of them were a little bit overly exciting. Some of them were a little bit too stubble and quiet. And, I was trying to find which one actually fit as an outro more. If I end up not liking this one, then I'll definitely be able to change it to something else very easily. I'll definitely be able to find something that fits it. And, it's really great overall. And now for the background picture, I ended up going with something that I didn't expect myself to go with because it was one of the first pictures I actually got, out of all of them, And it was a picture that I thought at first, like, it's actually probably not bad. But then hours later, I actually ended up going back at it. And then I looked at it, I was like, wow, this actually reminds me of a video game that is based upon an anime. And then I started remembering the title screen that I would see at the very end of the episodes on a very particular anime. I was like, wow, that reminds me of that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this for the outro. And, it turned out great. I ended up putting a a little clip of my video from last week on there. So, to put in the outro, like, hey, look at this video that I did last week. And, I also did the title, and I figured out the text, what font type I'm going to use, the coloring, and all that stuff. So, I got all the basic stuff taken care of for the outro, which is really great overall. and I just messaged my friend, which, you know, me and him are doing a collaboration where, you know, when I do Q&A videos, I send him ahead of time the question that's going to be in the video, so then he can make his video response. And then by the time mine goes live, then, you know, I'll have a link to his, and what I'll do is, like, have in the outro, like, a little video response section, and have a little bitty clip, you know, from one of his videos with his permission, of course. So then people go like, oh, someone actually did a video response. And hopefully this will overall encourage more people to actually do video responses. And video responses is something I really miss, and I would love to see more people do it. And it's something that, you know, I think on a channel especially like this can end up being really, really fun and just make things much more interesting overall. I'm also happy with the fact that I'm able to do collaboration or work with some people on DeviantArt, or DeviantArt, that's what I believe it is actually. And, you know, be able to work with some of them so then I could, you know, get some pictures of my videos, which is really going to help a lot overall. And it's really, really great, you know, and just being able to do all this stuff and have this flexibility and, you know, be able to do things to improve the channel overall and not have to deal with copyright issues or take any chances. You know, I'm just really, really happy about it overall. And on the streaming side of things, you know, I got a really good idea, you know, because I got everything set up for different layouts. Like, okay, when I do console games, it's going to be like this, you know, with how things are layered, and then, you know, when PC games, it's going to be like this, and I have different backgrounds for different themes. Like if it's an RPG game, here's a theme for, or background for that. If I'm playing Gears of War in particular, background for that. Sci-fi game, background for that. A little bit of everything, so then I can find something for every scenario, which is really nice. Got things figured out for how I'm going to be able to record things correctly, and also be able to stream to 2 sites at the same time, which is awesome. And also, if I play background or music while I'm playing video games, I'm going to try to stick away from copyright music. It might be hard not to, just because so many streamers play copyright music in their streams, but, you know, there's a couple of websites that, you know, I found some actually pretty good music that, you know, is the style and type of music that people usually play in their live streams, and it's royalty free. So I will be able to use that, you know, because they got radio stations or whatever, and, you know, it's going to be really nice. It's going to help keep away from copyright issues, and if I re-upload the content on YouTube, don't have to worry about it. So I'm really, really happy about that. You know, I'm going to try to play some games pretty soon, and, you know, get on that pretty soon. And, you know, the sooner I can get started on that, I'll be really, really happy. But I think everything is overall in a point where I got most of the big stuff taken care of on the anime channel. And if I need to make any improvements, I got the main file saved in a project file, Sony Vegas. So it's just a matter of going back, editing it, and making some small changes, and just boom, done. Making some improvements, and, you know, I'm going to naturally make improvements over time. So things are definitely in a place where I could start focusing more on content and just, you know, do things with some natural progression of making improvements and stuff like that, and slight changes if I need to, and be able to just do more videos, you know, like I'm planning to do 2, possibly 3 more videos later this week, depending if we have fillers or not in Naruto. Anyways, I'm going to stop babbling on. It's been a really great week, and I'm really happy with, you know, how things should definitely be coming up pretty soon. So thank you all again for watching, and I will see you guys next week.